Abandon. Abandon. Verb. To leave completely and finally, to desert, to forsake, to give up control of something, to yield without resistance. Abandon leads to a base, a bash, a bait, a falling away, a lessening, a humbling. Abandon leads to absence, absent, abstract ghosts of meaning in hollowed halls. Titles and walls that rule for ritual, but when they abdicate. Verb, to renounce formally a throne, a crown, a claim, to step away from power, from burden, from rule. Abdicate leads into abduct, aberrant, abet, shadow behind the steeples, secrets and alleys, wrongdoing whispered in the dark, abeyance, abhor, abhorrent, words of waiting, words of disgust, words that taste like iron on the tongue. Abhor. Abhor. Verb, to regard with extreme repugnance, to shrink from with hatred and revulsion, to loathe utterly, and yet to abhor is still to feel deeply is still to abide. Fired, to remain, to endure, to continue, to accept without resistance, to live with what cannot be undone. Ability, ably, strength wrapped in syllables, abject, abjure, ablaze, despair, renunciation, fire, abject. Utterly hopeless, miserable, degraded, showing servility or resignation, cast down to the lowest state. And yet, from abject, ablaze, flame in the ashes, fire in the ruin, light breaking through the void. Blaze. Adjective, burning, on fire, aflame, radiant with color, brilliant, shining, unhidden, able, ably, abnormal. To be abnormal is to refuse the rule. Abnormal, abnormal, adjective, not typical, not average, not expected, to deviate, to stray, to break the pattern, to stand outside and still to stand.
Baffle, verb. To bewilder, to confuse, to perplex completely. Balance, balmy, bandit, banquet. Words that dance between order and chaos. Ballad, noun. A simple narrative poem often set to music. A song that tells a story, a tale in verse. Ballast, balloon, ballot, bomb. Weights and votes and lightness and healing. Banish, verb. To condemn, to exile, to send away, to forbid, to expel, to dismiss from a place. Banner, banter, baptism, barbaric. Symbols, jokes, rites and savagery. Barrier, noun. Something obstructs or separates. A fence, a limit, a boundary line. Barren, barter, base-born bastion. Trading or wasting, poor or fortified. Battle, noun. A fight between opposing forces. A sustained struggle, conflict or encounter. Bayonet, beacon, beckon, befall. Weapons and lights and summons and fates. Beacon, noun. A guiding or warning signal, like a light in the dark. A source of inspiration, a hope for safety. Beg, behold, belabor, belief. Please, incites and toil and trust. Beloved, adjective. Greatly loved, dear to the heart, a cherished one, a treasured soul, beneath benefit.
of life from the body of its mother, the beginning of something new, origin, creation. Bishop, bidden, bitter, bizarre, hierarchies, wounds, tastes, uneats, blacken, blaze, bleak, bless, dark and fire, sorrow and grace. Blessing, blessing, noun. A favor or gift bestowed by a divine reproval, encouragement, benefit, bleeds, brewing, bliss, blood, ruin and darkness, joy and life. Bold, bold, adjective. Fearless before danger. Standing out prominently. Daring, striking, courageous. Bone, book, border, ties, skeleton, stories, limit.
Kakabee, cabbage. Noun, a leafy green or red plant eaten as food. Boiled, fried or raw. Simple, humble, filling the poor man's paw. Cackle, cacophony, cadaver, the laughter, the noise, the body remains. Ecodentadence, cadence. Noun, the rhythm, the fall, the beat of a line, the march of soldiers, the finality of speech. Cadet, cadmium, cage, cajole, young, metal, prison, persuasion, hickaden, occasion.
Noun. A people, a culture, a cooking, a spice. Descendants of exile, flame in the pan. Cake, calamity, calendar, call. Sweet disaster, time, the voice that reaches.
Callous, adjective. Hardened skin, hardened heart. Tough to touch, unfeeling to pain. Calm, cavalry, camaraderie, camel, peace. Sacrifice, friendship, burden. Camouflage.
Noun. The act of hiding in plain sight. Pattern, cover, deception, survival. Camera, camp, campaign. Canary, images, tense, war. Song in the dark.
Candidate.
Noun.
A person seeking office, the chosen, the willing to stand before others to beg for their trust. Candle, candy, cane, cannon, light, sugar, staff, fire.
Capacity. Noun. The measure of holding, the limit of feeling, ability, maximum, the room within. Cape, capital, captain, captive, cloaks, cities, leaders, the chain.
Carnage.
Noun. The slaughter, the wreck, the bodies in heaps. Battle, massacre, the blood in the street. Carol, carpenter, carriage, carol, songs, builders, wheels, roots in the dirt.
Charisma.
Noun.
Charm, magnetism, power of presence, the gift of pulling hearts into orbit. Chart, chase, chosties, chatter, maps, hunts, scolding, endless noise. Cavita.
Carcass, noun.
The remains of the dead, the husk of the beast, shell, ruin, aftermath.
Careful, careless, carnival, carve, watching, wasting, festival, cutting. Comedy.
Noun, a play of laughter, of yes, the folly, tragedies twin, painted in lighter hues, comfort, command, comment, commerce, softness, power, speech, trade. Conflict.
Noun.
A fight, a struggle, a clash of wills, inside and out, between and within, conform, confuse, conjure, connect, to fit, to twist, to magic, to bind.
Concept. Noun, an idea, a thought, a seed of the mind, a plan, a vision, a thing not yet made. Concert, concave, conceal, concede. Music, hollow, hidden, surrender. Ecancel, counsel. Noun, advice, guidance, wisdom passed down, the elder's voice, the lawyer's word. Count, country, couple, courage, numbers, nations, pairs, the heart's fire. Ekensam, consume, verb, to eat, devour, use up, destroy, to burn away, to take into oneself. To waste with fire, with hunger, with time. Container, contempt, context, content, vessels and hate, frames and lands. I can traverse a noun, disputed debate, the heat of division, what splits the people, what stirs the crowd. Control, convene, converge, convict, hold, meet, merge,
condemn. Courage, known the strength to face fear, to walk into fire, the resolve to act though trembling within. Corner, corpse, corridor, grain, edges, body, passage. Eruption, corruption, known. Rot, decay, bravery, the spoiling of trust, a system bent, a soul undone. Cosmic, costume, cottage, cotton, universe, disguise, house, cloth. And creature aid, create, verb to make, to bring forth, to forge from nothing, to shape the void, to craft the real. Creature, credit, creep, crescendo, beings, trust, crawl, swelling sound. And crucifix, noun, the cross, the symbol of death and faith, wooden nails, body and spirit. Crew, cruel, cruise, crumble, rough, hardness, wires, fall. Criminal, noun, a lawbreaker, the branded, the hunted, a thief, a killer, a desperate one. Crisis, critic, crimson, cry, danger, judgment, wrath, the sound of pain. Crowd, known, the many gathered, the faceless mass, chanting, cheering, jeering, fearing. Crown, crucial, cross, cry, rulers, moments, bread, weeping. Crown, known, a headpiece of kings, the circle of rules, symbol of power, burden of pride. Crush, crystal, crypt, curse, pressure, gem, tomb, damnation. Dagger, known, a short knife with a pointed blade, weapon of whisper, shadow in hand, daily, dairy, daisy, damage, routine, milk, flour, ruin. Damage, known in verb, injury or harm, loss in value, to break, to scar, to mar. Damp dance, staring, dart, moist motion, bold, flight. Dance. Verb and noun, to move luckily, to let music lead the body, to rebel with feet against silence. Danger, dapple, dark, dash, risk, speckled, absence of light, sprint. Danger, known. Exposure to harm, the cliff edge, the burning bridge, the moment before the fall. Dangle, dare, darling dawn, to hang, to risk, to love, to rise. Death, known. The end of life, final cessation of heartbeat, silence in the soul. Debase, debate, debt, decade, lower, argue, 10. Debt, known. Something owed, obligation, chains made of promises, gold that weighs heavier than stone, decay, deceive, decide, declare, rut, trick, choose, speak. Descent, known. A fall, a downward slope, a lineage of blood, a spiral of fate, desert, deserve, design, desire, emptiness, justice, pattern, hunger. Sparat, desperate, adjective, reckless from loss of hope, scratching walls with bloody nails. Destiny, destroy, detach, detail, fate, ruin, break, minutiae. Devil. The embodiment of evil, tempter, trickster, simply blame carved into myth. Develop, device, devotion, do, growth, tool, faith, mourning. Noon. Worthiness, honor, respect, even with broken hands, even in mud. Delete, dilemma, dimension, dine, expand, choice, space, eat. Petty, dirty, adjective, unclean, foul, obscene, truth beneath, fingernails, work on the
disappear. Verb to vanish, unseen, slip from eye, slide from memory. Disease, disgust, dishonor, dismiss. Illness, revulsion, shame, neglect. Dream, known. A vision of sleep, a hope of waking. Phantoms that guide or deceive. Dress, drift, drink, drive, close, current, swallow, move. Dread, dread, known, mixed with fear. A shadow before it comes. Dreary, drenched, drift, drone, gray, soaked, wonder, hum. Dust, known, fine particles, the end of stone, the remains of all that was. Dutiful dwell, the Mallet dynasty. Obedience leave, change bloodline.
Echo, known, Weber, a sound repeated by reflection, a memory in stone, a voice that refuses to die. Edge, edit, educate, effort, border, change, teach, strive. Effort, known, the exertion of strength or will, muscles burning, mind against the weight. Eight, either, elder, elect, number, choice, age, chosen. Elder, known, older person, guide, ancestor, keeper of stories, roots that hold the tree. Element, elevate, element, elicit, basic, lift, number, draw, forth. Element, known, a simple substance, fire, water, air, earth, or the fundamentals of a thing. Elude, embark, embrace, emerge, escape, begin, hold, arise. Embrace, known, and verb to hold close, to welcome, to accept with arms and heart. Emotion, empire, employ, empty, feeling, rule, work, void. Empire, known, vast domain, ruled by power and expanse of borders carved in blood and coin. Enable, enact, and endure, permit, perform, stop, last. Endure, verb to suffer patiently, to remain under strain, to outlast the storm. Energy, engage, engine, enough force, connect, drive, suffice. Energy, known, the capacity for work or action, light, heat, life, the pulse of everything. Ensnare, enter, entwine, envy, trap, cross, weave, want. Envy, known, discontent from another's fortune, green fire in the veins. Equal, equip, era, escape, same, prepare, age, flee. Escape, verb to break free from confinement, to leave behind walls, to breathe beyond the bars. Essence, establish eternal at the core, build endless, rule. Essence, known, the intrinsic nature of a thing, its spirit, its truth, its most real part. Euphoria, evolve, exact, exalt, joy, change, precise. Lift up, euphoria, a state of intense happiness, rapture in the nerves, bliss that blinds. Exile, exist, exit, expand, banished, be, leave, grow. Exist, verb to have reality, to persist through time, to be against nothing. Expect, explain, explore, express, anticipate, make clear, seek, show. Express, verb to convey in words or movement, to press out, to reveal, to declare with force, extend, extreme, eyewitness, reach, farthest vision, truth. Eyewitness, known, one who has seen, one who bears account. The watcher of history.
Fuck. No.
thing, an event, a person, a place, a problem, a treasure, a moment in space. Fuck. Verb, to do, to make, to ruin, to shake, to build, to break, to burn, to take. Fuck. Adjective, intense, extreme, amplified state. This fucking song, that fucking fate. Fuck. Adverb, to modify, magnify, multiply sound. Too fucking loud, so fucking profound. Fuck. Interjection, shouted, whispered, screamed, or sighed. A word for when the heart collides. When the deal falls through, when the lightning hits you, when you win, when you lose, when you stall, when you don't know a word at all. Rising, fuck it falling. Fuck the late night, fuck the calling. Fuck it fast and fuck it slow. Fuck it everywhere you go. Some words are limits, some words are rules, but this one word, it breaks them all. Fuck as a weapon, fuck as a shield, fuck as surrender, fuck as you yield. Fuck as a banner, carried high. Fuck as a prayer, shouted to the sky. And still, it means nothing. And it means everything. The infinite word, the syllable supreme. Fuck.
Verb, noun, to look steadily, with intent, with wonder. Eyes locked, eyes lifted, a vision that lingers longer. Gear, gem, generation, gesture, tools, jewels, time, the hands, language. Glory, glory. Noun. Great. Honor, fame, resplendent light, the shine after struggle, the song after fight, grace, gredic, graft, grain, elegance, progress, join, seed, grit, grit, noun, small, hard particles, also courage, resolve, toughness and need, grow, guard, guess, guide, to expand, protect, suppose, provide, grave, noun, adjective. A burial place or serious solemn weight, the mark of endings, a stone of fate. Gallop, gamble, garden, gate, rush, risk, cultivate, threshold. Down. Trivial talk, nonsense bluff, the noise of the world when the meaning is rough. Gleam, glisten, global, glow, shine, shimmer, world, radiance, show. Guess. Noun. A sudden burst of wind, force rushing quick, movement that begins with nothing. Guilt, guise, gullible, band, blame, mask, fooled. Down. A weapon that hurls metal and fire, a tool of power, of death, of empire. And so we circle, G after F from gaze to glory, grit to grave, a G thing, a groove, a glide in the mouth, the words roll heavy, the words roll proud. G, the sound of a ground, the sound of grow, the sound of grit. G, the letter that guards, the letter that gives, the letter that grips. Grips. Gets. Grips. 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 Grips.
Oh, known. A circle of light around the sun, around the moon. A crown above the head of saints, a glow of reverence. Harmony, harp, harvest, haven, balance, strings, abundance, shelter, has, house. Known, a building for human dwelling, but also a family, a lineage, a place that holds the heart.
heal, hear, heart, height, mend, listen, core, rise, heaven, heaven, known, the sky, the divine, a state of bliss, a realm beyond suffering. Heritage, heroic, hidden, holy, lineage, Vedor, unseen, sacred. Moon, noon, a being of flesh, of thought, of soul, fragile and strong, seeking meaning in the air. Humble, hum, hush, hymn, modest, vibrate, silence, song. Humble, adjective, not proud, not arrogant, low in rank, but high in spirit. And breath carries it forward. Every H is sigh, a sound that begins in lungs, a letter shaped like inhale. Halo above, house below, heaven beyond, human within, hymns and whispers, hymns and echoes, hymns and halos of sound. H, the breath that lifts, the heart that hums, the hush before hope.
Noun verb. A joke, a witticism, words meant to amuse or sometimes to wound. Jagged, jaded, jail, jammed, rough, tired, locked, stuck, odds, sweaters, meant, judgment, noun, the ability to decide, or the hammer that falls. Verdict, decree, damnation, junk, jury, justice, jolt, trash, 12, law, shut. Jaw known, the bones that bite, the mouth that laughs, the hinge of hunger. Juggle, jinx, jitter, join, balance, curse, shake, bind, insert, jerk, noon, a sudden pull, a rude fool, a friend you never needed. And here's the joke of it all, we laugh at the wrong things, we cheer for villains in secret, we boo the heroes in daylight. Justice, a punchline, jury, a circus, jokes on us. And it always has been. It's LSA, jealousy known, the green-eyed shadow, resentment that eats, poison dressed as love. Jaded, jaguar, jailbreak, jester, tired, predator, to escape, clown, ancestor, jester, known, the fool in motley, licensed to mock the king, wise enough to live by laughter. The truth, every jest is judgment, every laugh is loaded, every joke cuts deeper than the sword it mocks. So smile, show teeth, even in the dark, it's still a J thing.
Knife. Noun. A blade of metal, a thin edge of silence, a line where the world ends. To cut bread, to cut bonds, to cut throats. Kill, kin, kind, kingdom. 4 words that share one letter. Kill to end a life, kin to share a life, kind to show mercy, kingdom to take all lives and rule them. Eckert'll kill, kill, verb to cause death, to erase what was, to silence, but say it twice, kill, kill. And it becomes a chant. A corpse, noun, the body after killing, flesh without function, a vessel emptied of breath, crip, kernel, nil, not burial, seed, toll, tangle, language curls around, K like ropes around the neck. Kraken, known, a monster of the deep, a myth that swallows ships whole. But every K is a kraken, lurking beneath words, waiting to rise.
And so the litany closes. Knife, kill, kin, king, crypt, colonel, kraken, every word ends in silence. Every silence shut with K. Just K. Always K. Forever K. Languish, verb, to lose strength, to suffer from neglect, to remain in a state of restlessness, half alive, half forgotten. Luxury, lament, labyrinth, legend, pleasure, grief, maze, story, shattering, luxury, known, something desirable, something costly, a richness not of need but of want. Linger, lofty, lull, luster, stay, high, hush, shine. England, lament, verb unknown, to weep aloud, to express sorrow in song, to grieve with words that ache. Longing, lotus, lunar, lyrical, desire, flower, moon, song. Liable, adjective responsible by law, likely to happen, bound by weight unseen. It's a long way to let L down, leave it in your lap or lose it in the dirt. L is lush, L is light, L is lament, L is loss, L is love, L is luxury. Linger in your love of L or fuck off and go to hell. Album wrong, Gerd. Linger, verb to stay beyond the expected, to delay departure, to stretch a moment into eternity. Limit, litany, liquid, lore, border, chant, water, wisdom. Hadlohite quashas, loquacious, adjective tending to talk much, to overflow with words, to love the sound of one's own voice. Handlimb, lunenth, labyrinth known, a place of twisting, turning endless paths, a puzzle of walls and echoes. Alliteration lives here, lost and lull, loss and lullaby, language looping, letters lingering, litanies laid low. Every L is liquid, every L is lull. Lethal, adjective causing death, deadly in strike, fatal in silence, and yet Hadlan, light, noun, illumination, radiance, the opposite of dark, the essence of hope. So L is contradiction, luxury and languish, love and lethal, light and lament, the letter itself, long and low, a loop that never closes. L, always L. Meshuga, mushoga, variant, meshuga, adjective, showing or marked by a lack of good sense or judgment. Meshwork, mesmerize, messiah, messmate, message, noun. As in dispatch a piece of conveyed information. Messenger, messing around, verb, present participle of mess around, as in fitting around to spend time in aimless activity. Methodical, methodize, methodology, metier, métier, noun, something for which a person shows a special talent. Metonymy, method, meticulous, metra, metaphor, noun. A figure of speech in which a word or phrase is applied to something not literally applicable. Meteor, methane, meaning, noun. nature deserving of praise or reward. Mermaid, merriment, mesh, message board, metabolic, metallurgy, metamorphosis, 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 noun. A change of the form or nature of a thing or person into a completely different one. Methodical, metric, metro, metropolis, 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 noun. The capital or chief city of a country or region. A very large and busy city. Microbe, microscope, microwave, middleman, midnight, migration, mileage, milestone, milestone, noun. A stone by the side of the road showing distance. An action or event marking a significant change or stage. Military, milk, millennium, millionaire, mindful, mindset, minefield. Minimal, minimal, adjective. The least possible amount. A style emphasizing simplicity and sparseness. Minister, minor, minority, minute, miracle, miracle, noun. An extraordinary event manifesting divine intervention, an extremely outstanding or unusual occurrence. Mirror, mirth, misadventure, misaligned, misfit, misfortune, misguided, mishap, mission, mission, noun. A task or job assigned to a person or group. A calling, a duty with purpose. Mistake, mistrust, misuse, mitigate, mixed, mixer, mixture, mobile, mobility, mockery, model, modern, modest, modest, adjective. Free from vanity or boastfulness. Showing moderation in behavior or dress. Modify, modulate, module, moment, modulate, moment, tool. Moment. The quantity of motion of a moving body. Strength gained by movement or progress. Monarch, monastery, monetary, monitor, monk, monster, month, monument, monumental, monumental adjective. Great in importance, extent or size. Extraordinarily large or significant. Moral, moral, morbid, morgue, mortal, mortal, adjective. Subject to death of or relating to human beings. Mortgage, mosque, most, motion, motivate, motivate, verb. To provide a reason to act. To inspire action. Motive, motor, modeled, mountain, mountainous, mouse, mouth, movement. Music, music, noun. The art of sound in time. Expressing ideas and emotions through rhythm, melody, harmony. Musical, musician, musing, mutable, mystery, mystery, noun. Something that is difficult or impossible to understand or explain. Myth, myth, noun. A traditional story often explaining natural or social phenomena. Typically involving supernatural beings or events. Nothing. 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 Not anything. Emptiness. Absence itself. Never neglect, null, night, time denied, care withheld, void, shadow, unenav. Never, adverb, at no time, not once, not ever. A word of refusal, a gate that does not open. Narrow, nasty, native, near, tight, cruel, origin, close. Track, trend, neutral, adjective not taking sides.
negative neglect, nemesis snake, opposite abandonment, NMS nates, nemesis known arrival, a source of downfall, and an inescapable agent of ruin. Night falls, nothing lingers, never remains, and yet nurture grows, names endure, nuance survives. So N is a knife of negation, but also a nest of nurture. A word for nothing, a word for need, a word for name. And when you speak it, the sound hums in your nose, low, insistent, like the world whispering no, nothing, never, name.
Absolute, adjective, total, complete, without limit, without condition. Walls with no cracks, rules with no mercy, chains with no key. Obey, object, obscure, obtain, follow, resist, hide, grasp, obey the order, object the weight, obscure the truth, obtain the nothing. Obsess, verb, to dominate the mind, to haunt, to hound, to hammer, to circle forever around the same flame. Obsidian, obstacle, occult, odium, black glass barrier, hidden, hate, the mouth shapes, oh like a hole in the ground. The sound itself is an open grave. Obsolete, adjective, out of use, out of time, out of place, yesterday's light, today's shadow. Offend, offer, offset, ominous, insult, give, counter, omen, each, oh, a mouth that swallows sense. Obvious, adjective, clear to sight, plain to know, so sharp you cannot miss it. Oh, rapid, operate, opponent, oppress, clouded, act, rival, crash, up, rest, oppress, verb, to weigh down, to smother breath, to bend the back until it breaks. Oppress the body, oppress the will, oppress until only all remains. Opulence, known, great wealth, gold piled high, display of power, excess is gospel. Oracle, organ, origin, prophet, circle, sound, source, origin, known, the point where something begins, the spark, the seed, the first, oh, ominous, onward, ooze, upper words, onwarding, forward, slime, crush, underwood, all the whatever you've ever made, throwing on its everything, crush. Say it with the crowd.
Noun. The ability to act, to control, to command. Strength, force, authority. The spark that sets the system ablaze. Pound, pummel, push, press. Each word a blow, each sound a strike. Ether, pressure, known. Continuous force, a weight applied, a demand to yield or break. Pile, pit, pitch, plunge, stack, deep, thrown, fallen. Papa, primal, adjective. Original, fundamental, ancient, animal first. The pulse beneath the skin, the growl inside the throat. Pulse pumped, pound, pyre, heartbeat surge, hammer, fire. Apple, drag, noun. A disease, a scourge, a calamity that spreads without end, but also a punishment, a reckoning, a plague of voices shouting P. Punish, pierce, peer, pitchfork, stab, sting, stab again. As promise. A declaration of intent, a bond of word, a vow that can break or bind. Path, past, passion, peril, roads, time, fire, risk. Pop, pop, pop. Plastic percussion, pounding, pulse. P is the letter of explosions. Every P is a bomb in the mouth. Hepa, peer, pyre. A heap of wood for burning, a funeral flame ablaze that devours the body. Perish, peril, pestilence, predator, death, danger, disease, hunger. Anthem, MN, phenomenon. Known, an observable fact, a wonder, a marvel, a thing that appears and cannot be ignored. Phantom, file, phobia, face, ghost, vessel, fear, step. Plosive, powerful, pounding in your chest, pressurizing your breath. P is pulse, P is pyre, P is plague, P is promise. Pop it, push it, pound it. P.
Question. Noon. An inquiry. A demand for truth, a dagger of doubt thrown into silence. Query, quest, quit, quiver, ask, seek, hurry, shake. Quirk. Noon. A peculiar trait, a strange turn, a twist that makes you laugh or flinch. Quip, quilt, quokka, quagmire, joke, patch, marsupial grin, a swamp that swallows boots whole. Quake. Verb. To tremble, to shiver beneath the weight, to feel the ground betray your trust. Quiet, quietus, quicksand, silence, death, drowning mud. And isn't it strange? Q never stands alone, always dragging you behind it like a guilty accomplice. Quaint, quirky, questionable letter, half carnival, half courtroom. The clown with the gavel, the judge with a red nose. Quantum, known, the smallest tilted head, crooked grin. Quill, quintet, quirky queen, writing, music, crown askew. Questions without answers, quirks without reasons, quakes without warning, quagmires without exits, all wrapped in a single curve of sound, the tail that circles back on itself. Cue. Question. Quirk. Quake. Quack.
Rapid steps on broken glass, restless shadows flicker past, raw voices mutter, reckless thunder, bass rising like a riot under the skin.
Resonance shakes the ribs, reverberates in the chest, repeats until the mind is restless. Replay, rebuild, remix the ruin, rapid fire rhythm, reclaim the room. Raven wings, rust and rain, roads that run through bone and chain, rattle of shutters, rage of the street, revolt in the marrow, resistance on radiant burst, arrive in the ruins, rejoice in the wreckage, renew through the wound, every rupture sings, every rhythm burns, every restless heart returns. Refuse, reject, resist. Resolve. Remain relentless. The resonance grows. The resonance rampage through steel and smoke. Razor sparks, reactor broke. Relentless drive, red in the eyes, reckoning pounding beneath the sky. Relish the rush, relish the roar, relish the remix, relish the war. Real fires light the night. Real voices cut the sky. Real rage, real riot, relentless, resonance.
A sharp saber. No, a curved sword with a single edge to cut, to sever, to slice. Sacred sacrifice, saddle sadness, words heavy, stitch in silence. Sadness, sadness. Noun, a state of sorrow, grief, loss, the salt inside the skin, the shadow behind the smile. Sandals, sane, sang Freud, sang wing, blood and calm in the same breath. Ascend. Against divine law, a wrong, a weight, a wound. Sinuous sip, siren, sister, the voices that call you closer. Extern, Jewess. Sinuous. Adjective. Twisting, a body in motion, a serpent in shadow. Sizzle, sketch, skin, skull, sharp sound, slither, scrape. Estalo, can, silken. Adjective, smooth, soft, shining like threads across the throat. Silver, silent, simmer, sigh, syllables soft as a secret. Let's turn, hick, sink, burb, to go down below the surface, to fall into liquid or shadow. Single siren, slash slow, the rhythm of descent. And soif, suffocate. Verb, to smother, to choke, to deprive of air, of life. Suffer, survive, sway, still. Sound itself becomes a snare. Saber. Sadness. Sin. Sinuous. Silken. Sink. Suffocate. Time. Known, a measured or measurable period. Moments that tick, seconds that slip. The tally of what we keep and what we lose. Tangle, tarnish, tarry, task. Knots and rust and waiting and work. And terror. Terror, known, intense, overpowering fear. The night in the chest, the blood gone thin, the shadow taller than the man. Tender, tender, tension, tendon, threads pulled too tight, about to snap. Toxic, adjective, poisonous, destructive, corrupting from within. The kiss that kills, the sweetness boiled. Torrent, torrent, torch, torment, torn, a flood, a flame, a wound, a ruin. Transcend, transcend. Verb, to rise above, to move beyond limits, to stretch past what is known towards something unnameable. Trick, trigger, triumph, trust, games and guns, glory and fame. Trap, known, a snare, a cage, a prison, baited with hunger, shut with steel, sprung on the desperate, trail
preposition. Beneath, below, lower than. Buried by weight, submerged by tide, hidden by time. Uncurl, unfold, unmake, undo, slow hands peeling silence apart. Verse, the noun, the totality of space, of being, of stars that swell and die, of light that leaves but never returns. Unveil, unspool, untether, unbind, threads floating loose in the dark. Adjua, unchanged, adjective still unmoved, a stone at the bottom of a river, water flowing, stone waiting. Unearthed, uneasy, unreal, untrue, all shadows that stretch from the same root. Undo, adjective not deserve, not earn, the crown on the wrong head, the lash on the wrong back. Unjust, unkind, unknown, unheard, all debts unpaid in the dark. Adjure, unique, adjective, one of a kind, a shape with no twin, a flame that stands alone. Untamed, unspoken, unending, unmade, nothing repeats, everything unfolds. Under. Universe. Unique.
Room. Velocity. None. Velocity. The speed of something in a given direction. The rush of blood. The race of wheels. The pull of motion you cannot stop. Venture, vain, vertigo, vicious. Every path leads faster, faster. Elance, violence, noun. The use of physical force to harm, to break, to end. Impact without mercy, sound without silence. Vacant, valiant, vanish, vortex, you cannot pause. You cannot rest. Evis. Eviscerare, visceral, adjective. Deep inward feelings, not intellect, the gut, the roar, the fear in the marrow. Voices, vows, void, volatile, racing into nothing, carried by fire. Violet, violet, adjective, the color between blue and red, the bruise of the sky before night, the bloom that burns in spring, vindicate, viper, victory, vendetta, every syllable strikes like sparks. Velocity, violence, visceral, violence, violence. Vroom, vroom, vroom.
Entry and wind, noun, the natural movement of air. An invisible traveler, a restless messenger without a tongue. Waver, wander, whisper, whirl, it touches everything, it owns nothing! Entry word, noun, a sound with meaning, letter stitched into sense, a spark caught between silence and breath. Woven, winking, wondrous, wide, syllables bouncing side to side. Entry yet wit, noun, keen intelligence, quick humor, sharp as crystal, laughter tucked inside a blade. Wobble, wag, warble, wisp, nonsense closer than a kiss. Wish, regan, wish, noun, a desire, a hope, cast on fountains, candles and stars, something fragile, easily broken, yet impossible to kill. Whimsy, whirligig, whirlwind, whistle, a carousel spinning too fast to follow. Now, wonder, a feeling of surprise, of admiration caused by something strange, beautiful, unexpected. Wanderlust, wisteria, womb, wood smoke, every branch of thought, every root of dream pulls deeper into the earth. What's real? Wild, adjective, living or growing without control. Untamed, savage in beauty, feral in flame. Wildwood, wildflower, wildfire, wilding, 1,000 forms, one untamed soul. Untree-aired wall, noun, a conjunction, a short time, a pause that carries weight, a breath held too long. Whistle, whittle, whimper, white, all quiet things waiting for release. Untrendare, hinter, noun, the coldest season, a cycle of frost and dark when silence blankets the field. Wool, warmth, warden, weep, everything locked in ice, everything waiting for a thaw. Untrehung, wick, noun, a strip of material in a candle, fuel for fire, a thin thread between light and ash. Wicked, wicker, wicking, widow, all flames are borrowed, none last forever. Untreed have wave, noun, a swell of water, a surge of sound, emotion rising and falling, yet always returning. Wonder, wall, wake, will, carried, still. Untreated one, noun, the first number, a beginning, a single point of origin. Wondrous, world, wide, whole, one becomes all becomes one. Wit, wish, wonder, wild, winter, wick, wave, one, whim.
Zerethanen, xenon, known, a heavy colorless gas, trap lightning in a tube, a lamp of ghosts, a star in a glass cage, effigion, xenolith, xenogenesis, stranger's welcome, stranger's stone, stranger's child. X-ray, known, a form of radiation, seeing through skin, seeing through silence, vision sharp enough to break you. Cephos, X-axis, Seraphite is sword of bronze, line in space, desert life, corridor of shadows. Patsy. resonance, wood into tone, bones into music. Shillan, Shillotomi, Shilladine, wood cut, wood split, wood burned!
Xenomorph, known, a life form alien to its world, shaped by hunger, defined by terror. Xerich, Xerox, Xenotsided, dry, copied, erased.
Execution, noun, the act of carrying out, the act of ending, the act of making death official. Exalt, exile, exit, extreme, no mercy, no middle, only edge.
Exoskeleton, noun, an external frame, armor on the outside, a shell to protect or imprison. Exothermic, exoplanets, exobiology, heat spilling out worlds, beyond worlds, life beyond life. Ecstasy, noun, an overwhelming feeling, intense joy, intense terror, a loss of self inside the pulse. Exothermic, exalted, exhumed, extinct, the rise, the flame, the grave, the end.
Extravagant, extravagant, exceeding reason, exceeding limit, a crown too heavy for the head. Exemplar, exalt, extinguish, explode, all roads end in ash, all flames end in smoke. Exy. X-ray, xylophone, xenomorph, execution, exoskeleton, ecstasy, extravagant, X. Entered at a known, yearning, known, a deep persistent longing, a hunger that gnaws without teeth, a call unanswered, a hand never held, yesterday yonder yellow yield, every memory a thread, pulling back, and you raved, youth, known, the time of being young, when everything glows brighter, before rust, before silence, young, yes, yet, small words carrying endless weight. Yonder, adverb at some distance in sight, but not near the horizon you never touch. Yielding, yearning, yawning, yesteryear, the alphabet of ache. Yearning, youth, yonder, yield, breath like a river, fall like a sky.
rise. Yell, verb, to cry out loudly, to rip sound from the chest, to tear silence open. Yol, yok, yader, yank, no peace left, only force. Ejovek, yok, noon. A wooden cross piece fastened to beast, to bind, to burden, to chain labor to bone. Yearn, yet, yonder, yield, all crushed beneath the beam. Yield. Verb. To give way under pressure, to submit, to surrender, but also to produce, to create, to bear fruit even as you break. You cannot win, you cannot stop. Yearning, youth, yonder, yell, yoke, yield. Modulate.
At zero, known, the number nothing, the absence, a circle that begins and ends at once. Ziffer, zeal, zinc, zone, small wind, sharp metals, marked places. Zenith, known, the highest point, the summit, the crown of sky. Zodiac, zombies, emergy, ziggurat, stars and dead, yeast and stone. Zebra, known, a striped animal, black on white, white on black, pattern repeating, pattern reversing, zealot, zeta, zero sum, zircon, letters closing, nothing left undone. Insight, Zen, all brightness pulled from run! A zombie, known, a rudimented corpse, walking, soulless, but not gone, zone, zoom, zither, zirconia, sounds collapse! Assyria, Zia, noon, grain, corn, the seed of sustenance, planted, harvested, forgotten, reborn, zealous, zenith, zero, zeal, the alphabet ends, the cycle begins! Zero! 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 Zero!